And this is Bhupati Raj, the new topic in the point of UPSC Civil Services Paper 2 and CLAT Mathematics. That is chain rule, a very important topic. Friends, it's an application of proportionality, ratio and proportion like that. No? So this just I'll show the concept here very clearly. Chain rule. You might be knowing that. Proportionality application, direct proportion, indirect proportion like that. First, I'll tell the basic point later in the other way. Point is, for this topic, we have a beautiful shortcut, right? Before that, I'll tell you one thing. 10 men can build a wall in 8 days, beta. Observe the point here. 10 men can build a wall in 8 days. Question is, 8 men will build it in how many days? This is the question. Generally, what the students can do that, if 10 members are in 8 days, if there are 8 members, in how many days? Simple step. Just observe, it's a wrong thing I'm doing here. No? 8 into 8 by 10 implies 64 by 10, that's nothing but 6.4 beta. Is it right answer? Definitely wrong, because when 10 people are working, we need 8 days, my dear. When members reduced, that's 8 men. So days must increase. Inverse proportionality, men and days. So what do you say? This is the wrong step. So that's the reason we have a very beautiful shortcut for this type of application. And even if you want to do in proportionality method, men one side, 10 members is to 8 members, as first case inverse proportionality na 1 by 8, and second case I have to find out x. So therefore 10 is to 8 as x is to 8. You know that is 1 by 8 is to 1 by x is nothing but x is to 8, my dear. Product of extremes is equal to what? Product of mean. This is a way of doing. 10 into 8 is equal to 8 into x. Gets cancelled here. X is equal to what is that? 10. So 8 men will build a concerned wall or something here in 10 days. This is a general method. But now I'm going to apply the beautiful shortcut for the whole topic. That's N1, D1, R1, E1 by W1 is equal to N2, D2, R2, E2 by W2 beta. This is an important topic here. Of course, you can, by using this formula, you will do many topics, even time and work problems, right? Even proportionality problems, many things we'll do by using this topic. And you have to know that what N1, what N2, and like that we have to know. That's an important point, beta. In this case, N1 comma N2 stands for N1 comma N2. In this case, number of persons. And in future, of course, we can write this is number of machines, animals, right? You can say buses, cars, lorries, anything comes under, etc. N1 comma N2, that's number. So D1 comma D2 stands for beta, that is called as number of days. D1, D2 stands for number of days. So he gives us in that first case is 8 days, second case is how many days like that. Now, I'll tell all these things while doing the problem, you'll get clarity that R1 comma R2 is nothing but rate of work. How many hours a person is working, right? This is what you say that 5 hours per day, 10 hours per day like that. This all comes under, what is that beta? R1 comma R2. Next point is E1 comma E2. It is stands for efficiency. He will mention that 80% efficient, 90% that in the point of course, left side is 80%, right side 90%. If you write it, that's not a problem at all. W1 comma W2, an important one. That is amount of work done. Amount of work done. So, example, you have a 50 acres of land and you're plowing the field. So, in that 50 acres of land, 30 acres of land is finished or 30 hectares of land finished. So, the total area will be considered as W1 and W2. Second point is what you have a wall, just what a house is there and you're painting the walls, right? So 100 square meters of wall is painted, sir. That area will be considered. And you say the total money to live a family. Example, a monthly we need in Hyderabad was the 30-40,000 on average expenditure. Imagine so that. So what is that here? Total money also comes under W1, W. Total distance. So anything is nothing but will this, etc. Example, 80 quintals of grass is needed for 5 horses. That is total food is nothing but W1 we can consider. So the formula here, N1, D1, R1, E1 by W1 is equal to beta N2, D2, R2, E2 by W2. So in our first question, in the case 10 men build a wall in 8 days. Now, so N1 is equal to how many members we have? 10. They will do in 8 days. So second case is how 8 members can build a wall in how many days? I have to target, my target is D2, I have to find out. So this is N1 D1 is equal to N2 D2 beta. N1 is 10, D1 is 8. N2 is 8, D2 is what? 8, 8. What is that here? 8, it gets cancelled. D2 is what? Number of days we need in this case is 10 days for these 8 members. This is a beautiful topic it is. So just by heart the formula, observe the points N1, N2, D1, D2. By that you can get full clarity. Then second question. Yeah, 15 men take, because up to this 19 questions ratio and proportion which I already uploaded. Just check all my previous videos. It does definitely that you can do better in your examination. 15 men take 21 days at 8 hours a day. Imagine, that's the reason we kept in bracket. How many days will 21 men, right, take to complete the same work and 6 hours a day? Implies what he mentioned. Just we have taken in short form the questions, of course. 15 men can do a work in 21 days at 8 hours a day. How many days will be taken by 21 men to complete the same work? Daily they are working 6 hours, or you can say 6 hours per day. That's the question. So in this case, what I have to write? N1 is 15%, so 1, 5. D1 is first case days is what is that please? 21. Number of hours, rate of work is called as R1, 8 hours per day. This is the case beta. Right side is how many days by 21 members? N2 is 21. D2 is equal to how many? And at rate of work you say R2 is equal to 6 hours per day beta. This is the case. Now N1 D1 R1 is equal to what is that? N2 D2 R2 my dear. 15 into 21 into 8 is equal to 21 into D2 into 6 my dear. Just come to the point calculation. So 21 cancelled here. 2 3s are and 2 4 times cancel left side. 3 1s are beta, 3 5s are. So what is the point of D2 here? Therefore D2 is equal to 5 into 4, nothing but 20. So in this case, what is my target please? Observe this D2. Number of days we have 20 days. How many days are there? In this, of course, 20. This is the option B beta. Now problem number 22nd here, that is officially 3. 20 men reap 56 acres of land in 6 days. They're doing some field work here. How many days it needs now? In this case, 60 days, my dear, for these 20 members. They'll finish the whole work in 66 days. Of course, the land area is 56 acres. That's called as total amount of work is nothing but we'll measure area. Therefore, 56 acres will be considered as W1. So N1 is 20. D1 is equal to 6 beta. W1 is equal to, of course, we have 56. Right side is how many acres? He's asking W2 is the value of W2 we have to find out by 35 men. And D2 is equal to, my dear, 3 days. So we have extra variable that is W1, W2. So formula is going to be like this. N1 D1 by W1 is equal to what is that please? N2 D2 by W2 beta. N1 stands for 20. D1 is 6, W1 is 56, right side is N2 35, D2 3 and W2 is my target. Don't worry, and sometimes you may get, of course, what is that? None answer also, or you can get directly. That's not the matter of option. You do just the same method. Now 3 1s are, my dear, 3 2s are cancelled here. Right, because 20 members, 56 acres and 6 days. This is you have to take the values very carefully. Later, observe the point here. 4 5s are 4 14 times. 2 1s are 2 7s are better. Now this 5 is here, 5 7s are cancelled. W2 comes to left side. Therefore, W2 is equal to, this is 1 by 7 is left side now. Goes to right side and 7 by 7 becomes is what? W2 is equal to 49 acres of land. So option is C beta. Then go to question number 23rd. Right, very important question it is. 8 men working 9 hours a day can build a wall in 10 days. The area, or you can, the measurement of the wall is 18 meters length, 2 meters, you can say that width, and 12 meters high, like that. LBH, L into B into H in this case, or you can say this is H should be F. Anything you can. Depth is, of course, you say that 2 meters and height is 12 meters, like that. You say 18 meters of length beta. In how many days, my dear? 10 days. How many men are needed to construct a wall of 32 meters and 5 meters and 9 meters? 6 hours per day in 8 days. That's what actually. So they're constructing a wall, or you can say building a wall. So L into B into H, length into breadth into height is called as the W1. That's important. If you observe all my models, you can do, of course, every question in examination is easily, I'm expected. N1 is 8 beta, D1 is, in this case, 10 days, right? 10 days. R1 you can consider that is daily, they are working how many hours here? 9 hours per day. W1 is called as L into B into H. Of course, he gave in the problem directly that first case is 18 into 2 into 12. So right side is N2. Number of persons my dear is asking that. We have to find out the value. D2 is equal to beta, it's 8 days. R2 is equal to, of course, we have 6 hours a day. W2 is nothing but 32 into 5 into 9. The formula now you know that is N1 D1 R1 by W1. Majority, of course, all variables are almost all here except efficiency. N2 D2 R2 by W2. This N1 is called as 8, D1 is 10, R1 is 9, W1 is equal to 18 into 2 into 12. Just take the values very carefully. That's the only one thing you have to observe that. N2, Baba, N2 is my target. D2, of course, we have 8, R2 6, and W2 is equal to 32 into 5 into 9. Baba, just observe this. 8 ones are, 8 fours are cancelled here. Right? Later, imagine that this is 2 twos are and 2 threes are. First of all, I'm just clearing this area. Now, 3 threes are cancelled better. Now, this is 2 threes are 6. 2 into 3, 6, left side is 18. So, 6 threes are my dear. Only we have 5 in this denominator part. N2 by 5 is here because in denominator I don't have 5 multiple. So, it will be as it is, N2 by 5. Later, come to the point. 3 ones are, 3 threes are Baba. Later, this is what you can say 2 fours are and 4 threes are 12. 3 gets cancelled. Left side we have a 10 and denominator is so N2 by 5 is equal to beta 10. Therefore, number of persons is how many? In this case is 5 tens are 50 members. But we don't have option is none in this case. 50 men is right answer. Just be cautious while doing the calculation, that's all. Then go to question number 24. Yeah, very important point. Of course, you can, while just writing the answer, you can stop and just proceed. That's you know well. 24th, 45 people consume 300 kg of wheat in 20 days. How many days will 30 people consume 150 kg of the same wheat? Beta, number of people here is of course N1, you know, this is no problem. Days also we have D1 is. This total amount of food, or you can say in this case is of course we have wheat. So this is W1. That's a point we have to consider. 150 kg of wheat is W2. So N1 is 45, D1 is equal to 20, W1 is equal to Baba, it is 300 kg. Right side is how many days by 30 people. So N2 is 30, D2 is equal to how many? W2 is equal to 150 kg of wheat, my dear. So N1 D1 by W1 is equal to what is that? N2 D2 by W2, my dear. N1 is 45, D1 is 20 by 300 is equal to N2 30, D2 how many? By 150, my dear. 150 ones are and twos are. This is 2 10 times cancelled. Of course, we have 0 gets cancelled beta. Only 3 we have this side. 3 15s. So what's the story here? Number of days implies 15 days. That is the answer of yours. Beautifully option B beta. Then go to question number 25. Right, it's a beautiful application, and chain rule, if you know this topic, you'll do many questions easily. That's what actually even we'll do in time and work application also, the same thing. In this one, observe here, 1500 men have food for 20 days. After 4 days, 500 more members joined. How long will the food last? Basically, example, you can take, you have to take a police battalion or some group of people went to some place and they took along with them some sufficient food grains, right? So that is sufficient for 20 days. Imagine that. When the 1500 members were there, the food is sufficient for 20 days beta. Right? Imagine that when 15 people are there, 1500 members are there, it's exactly sufficient for what? 20 days. And after 4 days implies what? 4 days completed. In these 20 days, how many? Remaining 16 days we have. Then after these 14 days, what happened? For these 1500, another 500 people joined. Because of this, now what do you say? If we have only 1500 members, the same food is sufficient for 16 days, my dear. Whereas because of people increased, it is going to be complete in how many days of time? The whole food is consumed in how many days of time? That's what. So story same, N1 D1 is equal to N2 D2. Number of people in the beginning. But in this case, the consideration is very important. D1 case must be after should be subtracted. 20 days after 4 is, this is going to be 20 minus 4 left side, it is 16. Right side is another people joined. If they go minus, you have to do that. If add, you have to do some addition that plus 500, and D2 is equal to how many days? So N1 D1 is nothing but, now the form same thing, N2 D2 better. N1 is 1500, D1 is 16. N2 1, of course you understood, this is 1500 plus 500 is 2000. D2 is my target. 005 3s are and 5 4s are better. 4 gets cancelled. Therefore D2 is equal to, we have 12 days. Actually, when there is no increment in the people, or if nobody joined, as it is the same strength is there, imagine so 1500, then that is sufficient for exactly 16 days. But because of joining these people, this is 12 days, of course, in place. 4 days are lesser than that of the basic point. Now, whenever you find after some days of the point in this application, better subtract. In same cell, next example, 50 men have food for 25 days. After 5 days means what? We'll subtract 25 from minus, this is what? This 5 from 25. By that you can get left side is 20, you can say D1 is 20. And 10 leave. The people went out. So 50 minus 10 is 40. For how many more days will the food last? That's good. N1 is now you say 50 members. After 5 days implies what? 25 minus 5. Its left side is 20. And that means what? For these 50 members, it's sufficient for 20 days. But what happened? Now after 5 days, 10 leave. But that means what? 10 out of 50 members, 10 left in place. We have only 40 members. For these 40 members, it is sufficient for how many days of the, of course, this, how many days actually? So 21s are, 22s are better, 225 times. Therefore what? Because of people reduced, if 50 were there, that is sufficient for 20. But only 40 are there, how many? In place for 22 days, this 25 days. This is a beautiful model, of course. Plan this one. There is a chance of course, asking this type of questions you can expect, my dear. So this topic is what you call here the chain rule. And immediately we have one more topic, that is ages beta. Of course, after this I'll upload that topic also. So 3 topics: ratio, proportion, even of course the partnership already there. And you say this is chain rule. The next one is ages. These 4 comes under one category. So if you know the ratio and proportion, you can do all these questions easily. That so it's a very beautiful point. What do you call chain rule? You can say the same topic called as unitary method in other applications. So have a wonderful time. God bless you, everybody. Bye.